So how can AI potentially disrupt the stock market? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. A lot of you guys know that there's been a lot of advancement with AI, ChatGPT, again, becoming a very popular online platform where, again, you can literally have it write you anything. And the idea of AI becoming dangerous has kind of been on the rise, right? As AI begins to make some advancements, some concerns are being brought up. Today was my first experience, and I thought I would share it with you. A lot of people are talking about it now. We weren't really sure what it was about 38 minutes after the stock market opened today. What caused this very, very rapid sell-off? And I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see here. And this happened right around 10:08 a.m. Eastern time, or 38 minutes after the stock market opened. We can see that there was a huge red candle, a second huge red candle. We bounced off the moving average and we ended up recovering. But what caused this super quick dip, right? One of the things that was shared, and this was actually during my live trading session with the LPP team, so it was actually caught live during our live session. And it says, this morning, an AI generated image of an explosion at the US Pentagon surfaced, which again, multiple news sources reporting that it was real. The S&P 500 fell 30 points in minutes. This resulted in a $500 billion market cap swing of a fake image. Then it rebounded once the image was confirmed fake. And then the idea of AI is becoming dangerous. So I know that once the market rapidly began to sell off, because we have so many people that are tuning on into our live session, people continue to try to share the story in our Discord chat. People in our live chat were saying that there's a huge bomb that exploded in the Pentagon. And this is the image. I mean, if you look at it, it's quite convincing, right? And this image, according to this report, was AI, created by AI, right? And it was shared on Twitter, which is a very viral platform. I put no blame on Twitter. I think based off of different news outlets that I'm seeing, of course, if you can blame Elon Musk for anything, people love to do so, right? So they're trying to blame Twitter. Twitter is just one of many available platforms that can go viral, right? And it's other news outlets that were reporting that it was real, that wanted to jump on the story, that even probably made it worse than what it was. Overall, it does kind of bring up that question of like, this is at least my first experience ever seeing a negative influence about AI and how it can be used to actually disrupt the market, right? I think that we are bound to see. I think this will motivate a lot of people to create very similar type of content like this that can create a lot of fear or inject a lot of fear within a very short period of time. Luckily, this thing was confirmed fake right away. But who knows, right? Who knows how AI can be used to potentially instill fear or potentially, create demand for something within a very short period of time, and yet the story might not be true. I just think, again, it's a story that I wanted to share with you guys because I think as AI becomes more popular within our world, right? We need to understand that not everything shared online, such as these stories, automatically mean that the story needs to be confirmed true, right? And I think as AI begins to become more advanced, it will be almost more challenging to determine if it's fake or if it's real. So I just thought it was a very interesting topic. It's kind of scary, right? Because a $500 billion influx is what we saw within just a couple of minutes. And this was caught very early on that it was fake. I mean, there being a bombing at the US Pentagon is quite a significant story, right? But it doesn't mean other stories that might be harder to confirm if they're real or fake can't be spread, and it can cause chaos in the overall market. But beyond that story, just wanted to make sure that we talked about, what caused this quick little flash crash. It kind of reminded me, the only last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is this kind of reminds me of what happened in 2010, where for about 36 minutes, there's a quick flash crash. And this was because it was actually, I think, some guy in India understood this type of glitch in the stock market and understood that a lot of bots were being used when it comes down to, they were being integrated into the market, and he knew how they worked. He knew how to make them glitch. And now knowing how powerful AI is, imagine being able to trick all these bots that focus on algorithmic trading and then using AI to trick them. Because again, these bots aren't humans like you and I, right? We're not going to almost try to verify. I mean, they're based off of specific parameters and sequences, and if they are easily triggered, it could cause chaos, right? It could cause more harm than good, or it can cause more buying pressure that might be artificial, right? So again, something to kind of take into consideration. I think that this will only be the beginning of this type of news or fake news being shared that has to be focused on AI. I just think it's a really interesting topic. And I think, again, if I can just bring awareness to it, just to make you all a little bit more cautious and just an additional step that we can take to all confirm whatever news it is that we are reading, that it is true, rather than making an impulsive decision, right? The only last thing that I did want to remind you is that on Wednesday, the FOMC minutes meeting is going to be happening at 2 p.m. And this is pretty much just a summary. It's going to be a report that is released at 2 p.m. Eastern time. The market will most likely react to it, but it shouldn't be anything too significant. The only real thing that we're waiting for as of right now is waiting to see how the market ends up reacting after the debt ceiling crisis is confirmed. I think everyone's just kind of fed up with how long it's been taking for President Trump and I think it's McCarthy, right, trying to come up with a conclusion. It's always people like you and I that end up having to pay the price for their decisions. I say, let's just get it over with. And obviously they're going to have to increase the limit for the debt ceiling, but we'll just have to wait and see how the market actually reacts. So again, if you guys have any questions, I hope that you guys know that you can always reach out to me either via Discord or via Instagram, and those are all linked in the description. Friendly reminder, I do trade live every morning, just like I did today with our LPP team. You get to see both my green days and my red days. You get an inside look of what it is that I'm trading, my thought process behind it, and obviously you can ask me any questions in real time. If you want to learn more about that, you can tune on in and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. That's going to be that second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.